The 1923 Season 2, Episode 7, finally gave us the reunion we were all waiting for. In line with our predictions, Spencer managed to save Alex, although in a ridiculous fashion, just for her to die of frostbite a few scenes later. Taylor Sheridan killed Jack. What a stupid death that was, and not one character properly reacted to this death. Kara called the baby in her lap the future, while saying Elizabeth was the past, forgetting that the girl is also pregnant, carrying a Dutton inside her. I have a lot to complain about. I know you have to. In this video, I will go over the final episode of 1923 and try to answer some of the questions left hanging. We will also have a discussion about the future Kara was talking about. Who will the baby John grow out to be? Is he going to be the father of John Dutton III? Or will the family line continue with Elizabeth's baby, or from the son Spencer had from a widow? Let's talk about the ending and what might await us in 1944. Alex and Spencer, of course, are the most important part of the episode, or even this season. I might even say the question of whether these two would reunite and have a happily ever after was the key moment. I mean, throughout the season, Taylor Sheridan did everything he could to torture Alex. And you would have thought that after going through all of that, she would make it to the ranch Spencer was called to fight for and be with her husband and newborn child, right? Nah. So Spencer saw Alex. That's fine. It could have happened. But then he jumped off a moving train right onto the tracks and not a single scratch, as if he's Iron Man. He then came into the train while carrying a woman without any help whatsoever. Not going to lie, their reunion did make my eyes water. I mean, that's all we were waiting for, but the details could have been better. For example, how the hell did she manage to hold a teacup with those fingers? That made no sense. I'm not even going to talk about the baby, who was born after 6 months in the womb, immediately latching onto his mother's breast. You'll see even a lot of mothers on the internet talking about how it took them a while to get their premature babies to learn to breastfeed, because they're either not strong enough to start sucking or they don't have that reflex yet. Alex had indeed a miracle body, I guess. Did these details only bother me? Let me know in the comments. All the negativity aside, it made sense for Alex to choose her child in the end because she didn't imagine herself living a life without her feet and hands. I didn't think she would accept that either, but her seeing a mother who doesn't choose her child is no mother at all kind of made me think Taylor Sheridan must have some mommy issues, right? But anyway, I would have loved for Spencer and Alex to live happily ever after. I would have loved for Alex to meet Kara. Kara would have loved her immediately. The shootouts, I couldn't really fathom how, both at the train station and at home, the Duttons survived it all because they were so outnumbered on both occasions. At Livingston, all the men who died worked for Whitfield, right? Jacob and the sheriff got minor injuries, but the others survived pretty easily. I'm guessing this is where we should talk about Banner. And I know I'm going to say something controversial, but I don't care. Banner didn't deserve to die. Okay. In the end, all he wanted to do was run away from Whitfield because he saw how evil that man was. And when he couldn't, he helped Jacob and save his life. Justice for Banner, please. I kind of expected Spencer's role to be bigger, but he only shot at someone once. I guess his main role was in the shootout at home, and boy, what a role that was. He single-handedly killed everyone like a superhero and did not get a single scratch. Again, I think the real hero was Kara in all this. That woman is a sniper and a Dutton legend. It makes me sad that we're not going to see her again. A minor detail, the big massacre at the train station probably leads to the Duttons using the term train station later on as a code for killing and for that place where they dump bodies at Whitfield's demise. So only one guy protects a man like Donald Whitfield, and even that guy gets eliminated with a single punch. Okay, and the main villain of the entire series dies just like that? As soon as Spencer shows up with a gun? I mean, if it were that simple, Jacob could have done it 15 episodes ago. I'm sure he could have punched a single guy. They didn't have to wait this long. At least that poor woman was saved. Think about it. All that BDSM and prostitution torture took place again in the series finale. We could have seen a better confrontation for the end of Whitfield instead of all those scenes. What did you think of this ending for Whitfield? Was it satisfying? Tell me in the comments. Now, 1944 in the future, which is complicated as hell, but we'll try to figure it out. So Spencer never married again, but he was with a widow for a while, and had a son with her. We don't know who the widow is. We don't know who the son is. Some people have already started to speculate that the widow is Elizabeth and the son is Jack's child. Spencer will be with Elizabeth to protect the child, according to this theory. But from the way it was worded, I don't think this will be the case. Spencer will be with another woman, we don't know, and have a son with her, and then he will die in the year 1969. Our hopes for a 1969 prequel go out the window if Spencer dies that year. A prequel taking place then doesn't make sense, but we can see him in 1944. I'll talk more about that in a minute. There's also the question about the Dutton family tree. Who will be the father of John Dutton III, played by Kevin Costner in Yellowstone? I think it was implied that Spencer's son, John, would be John Dutton II, aka John Dutton Jr., whom we saw in a Yellowstone flashback. It was estimated that he was born either in 1923 or in 1924 and died somewhere between 1999 and 2003. So Spencer is John Dutton III's grandfather. I know some people are pointing out what Kevin's character said in one episode about how his grandfather lost a leg in the war. We know that Spencer did not lose his leg in World War I. I'm guessing he would have been too old to fight in the second one, and it didn't seem like he had lost his leg in the final 1969 flash forward. So I think it's possible that Kevin's character was talking about his grandfather from his mother's side. What do you say? It's also possible that Elizabeth and Jack's child end up being the father of John Dutton III. It's not likely for Spencer's second child to become the father because the ages don't really align, but this is a Taylor Sheridan universe where there are 100 plot holes. If he wants to make this child, whom we've only heard of in a sentence, John Dutton III's father, he'll find a way. I expect all of this to be explained in 1944, the upcoming sequel to 1923 and prequel to Yellowstone. We should see an older Spencer, perhaps in that relationship with a widow and his second son. We should see the young John Dutton Jr. in his early 20s. I don't think Elizabeth and her baby should be forgotten. She should be a part of the series as well. Nevertheless, I do think we said goodbye to Jacob and Kara here. Who and what kind of plot lines would you want to see in 1944? Let me know in the comments, and check out this video to learn fun facts about the 1923 Season 2 cast.